You're looking to buy a house, you're in the right spot. Today on Ask an Agent, we're going over what makes a starter property. If you're a first-time home buyer, we're gonna go over price, property, A, B, and C. We're gonna talk about sweat equity and what's the difference between value and price. Stay tuned. Today, Ask an Agent, we're going over what makes a starter home. All right, you're buying a house, you're thinking price. Jake, how much should I spend on my starter home? You're gonna spend 25% of your income on the starter home. We've got another video where I go extremely in depth with that, but right now I'm gonna brief it up for you. The bank is gonna tell you that you can do 30 to 50%, depending on where you go, debt to income in order to buy a house. But this is where you wanna focus, the 25%. Why? Because instead of spending this, instead of putting yourself in a position, this is how people get house poor. You hear that word, terminology, house poor? Because they spend everything that they can. Doesn't allow them to save for that which they have. Be smart with your money. When I spend 25%, I can then save this extra 15 to 20%. Let's go with the 15%. This is what I do. This is what I did when I bought my condo. You save the extra 15%. In 12 months, you'll have saved 180%. As far as breaking that down, it gives you an extra 7 months of payments. So that's sitting in an account. Look at the difference. I spent 25% and within 1 year, I saved 7 months of my mortgage payments as a backup in reserve, just in case. With the same amount of money that the guy who spent 30 to 50% spent, and he has to pay it and he's got no savings because he's paying it. The money he could be saving, he's putting in his house, but at a rate that's not sustainable. Something happens, an emergency comes, lost job. You want to protect this investment. A house investment is only as good as the protection you put behind it. We've got 7.5 months. Let's take that to 5 years. You've got 36 months that you get to save for your mortgage. Personally, me, I'm comfortable with 12. I have 12 months saved on my mortgage. I'm in a good position. I feel comfortable. That means that the rest of that, the other 2 years, you can do what you want with it after you get to the 12 months, or you can keep stacking it and know that no matter how bad stuff hits the fan, we are covered on our mortgage. The house, the roof above our head will not be taken from us. That's how you protect your asset. That's how you be smart as a first-time home buyer. Here, let me get rid of this just because it's clogging the board up. We have property A, B, and C. A means it's move-in ready, it's ready to rock and roll, everything's together, it's updated, it's the best property you can get. There's a couple different ways to look at this, guys. How important is your time? Do you have extra handyman skills? Do you have time and energy to put into the house? As a first-time home buyer, I know everybody wants the upgrades, everybody wants to move in ready, but to accomplish this 25%, personally, I look at quantity over quality. I'll take Formica on my countertops. I'll take carpet instead of hardwood floors. I'll take outdated sinks and cabinetry because I know I'm at the beginning start of my life. I know that this investment is supposed to be a foundational building block to build any equity, any money that I could later invest in the future, use towards my next house. So when you talk about buying an A property, the scary thing with an A property is where you're gonna go. Unless the market itself moves up, you've got no forced appreciation within that property. Everything's done. It's all upgraded. It's ready. You don't rip out new tile floor and put new floor in. You'll leave it. This is the property I would focus on. You want a B property, maybe even a B minus to a C property. This is the property that's gonna have Formica. It's gonna be outdated. You want something that's cared for and well maintained, right? It's clean. You can tell these people appreciated it, but they haven't done anything since the 70s. That's the house I'm looking for my first time home buy. It's gonna hit that 25% more likely. It's gonna allow me to build sweat equity. Sweat meaning my energy, my effort that I put in. Equity as in how much equity did I build in the home? So when I buy a house that's outdated, needs new floors, maybe needs new finish on the floors, new kitchen, new bathrooms, the reason I buy that property is because I bought it for $100,000 and I know that if I fix the floors, if I do the kitchen, I do the bathrooms over the next 5 years, that I'm gonna force appreciation on that property. The property will be worth more, therefore I have more equity, and I'm gonna do that by putting my blood, sweat, and tears into it. That's what sweat equity is. When you decide, hey, I'm gonna buy this house, fix it up, hold on to it for a little bit, and when I sell, I'll have more equity, I'll have more value in it because I focused on, hey, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna fix it up, I'm gonna remodel it, we're gonna make this look good. When you're focusing on what property to buy, I want you to look at value over price. In order to find the right property, you've got to understand the difference between value and price. We have a whole video on that where I go into what determines value. Check that out in our other videos. Today, what I want you to know is if there's a certain area that holds value better around your county, around your community, know that and lean into that. Use that knowledge, use the expertise you have. Not everybody knows that. So you know, hey, I could buy this $100,000 house here, which is right around my 20-25%, or buy a $120,000 house in this community. It's the exact same house, but it's in a different location. I may spend more money if it's in a better location. That's what I'm talking about when I say value over price. You want to focus on where will the value be held, where will it most likely appreciate the most. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know, what makes a starter home. I am Jake, the creator of lookingtobuyhouse.com. I made this so that you guys have the information you deserve to know, and I'm bringing it to you. If you have questions, comment below, and as always, please subscribe. If you know somebody that needs to see this video, share it to them, and I appreciate you spreading the word, spreading the message, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. They need to know the truth. Keep smiling, stay positive,